I love my character. I quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
At least, I don't know. At least, I don't know what, like, I can't remember. I think I had it tallied how far you guys had traveled. You're about 50 or 60 miles deep from Hickory County. From Hickory County. And you guys come up to this kind of crossroads. And where are they at?
Forest Crossroads.
As you're walking up to this kind of where this crossroads come, and you start turning and up and to your left and kind of coming from the northwest trail. You can't quite see as it off map. It kind of bends a little bit, and kind of maybe changes elevation a little bit, so it's kind of very far down the trail. But you start hearing what appears to be two voices singing. Lots of singing. I like to do my singing. They appear to be singing in a foreign language that you will recognize, but you do not recognize in game. And the song, as they're approaching where you're at, they have not spotted you, and you've not spotted them, but you can hear these two voices singing. You assume there's at least two people that you hear singing, and it's Alouette, chante Alouette, Alouette, je te plumerai, la tête, je te plumerai la tête, je te plumerai, je te plumerai. Alouette, chante Alouette, Alouette, je te plumerai. It's this strange language that you hear coming up from these two people singing, and what do you guys think about that?
I think they're Frenchmen.
You guys are kind of hidden back. You're not like exactly in the pathway, so you're still hidden back a little bit as these voices get clearer and clearer, and this very catchy tune is approaching you.
Well, I think Copan would say maybe these travelers know something of the caravan.
Oh, these crazy cloacas?
He's
I
already
knew that was going to come up at some point.
He's already using it.
I know who they are.
We can go ask them.
So as you guys are waiting, they kind of round the corner, and you can see kind of from your whoops. Let me unlock you. You see, walking down this, humming this tune as they're walking up the path. They don't seem to be very. Obviously, if they're singing, they appear very confident and capable-looking humans. And there's two travelers, and they're wearing what appear to be very, very exquisite, like very sharp-looking clothing. Looks fine crafted, and they appear to be wealthy humans, but they're very big men. They're tall. They're husky. They got big shoulders, and they're quite stocky. You just notice them to be big men. They're probably each at least 6.5 feet tall.
Do they smell musky?
No, you do not smell any kind of musk like that, and as they're walking, they kind of they notice you standing in the middle of the road, and they stop their singing, and they turn and look, and they both kind of smile, and they say, "Bonjour, travelers! Look, it's been so long since we've seen anyone. Check it out, Jean-Claude. Oui, oui." And they come walking towards you, and they kind of stop in in a courteous way, as strangers in the middle of high forest would want to come upon each other. And they smile, and they're just walking, but they're carrying rather large backpacks on them, and like I said, they're big men, so they're carrying a lot of what looks to be provisions, and they have like daggers, and you see like maybe a short sword, and one of them has some armor on. But it's very fashionable looking, like leather armor, and they also appear, one of them, they appear to be carrying what looks like spell components and some kind of paperwork. They look like they might be magic users also.
I think Copan would address them probably, because you said they stopped from a distance to like kind of back up.
Yeah, they stopped once they saw you and got within like a reasonable range, so you're not like shouting. We'll say they come up to, I don't know what that is, maybe 25, 30 feet away from me, until you can kind of get a look at everybody. And they're smiling and they kind of stop and just kind of prepare to talk to you.
I think Copan would look at him and he would say, "Fine travelers and able bards, I'm Copan Rivers, and I come as an emissary of Lord Crust from the south. And these are my friends." I would say, "We mean no harm to those who do not carry it with them."
Jean-Claude says, "Sacre bleu, did you say Lord Crust?"
The same.
He says, by what grace of the lady are we sent to meet you? We are heading that way. We are emissaries of a caravan heading to meet Lord Crust. What are the chances?" And they kind of laugh, and approach a little bit more. Again, you get a little better look at them. You can see that they are wearing what appears to be exquisite clothing. Like you don't even think like Lord Crust wears clothing that's just well tailored and appears to be the finest fabrics. And would you guys like to roll some perception checks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I take a real good look at him.
Hell yeah, dude. Nice roll.
Gurgleberg and Copan, you do notice they're very exquisite.
They're a bunch of fucking amateurs.
Amateurs.
I like it. You do notice they're very exquisite clothing in that. That's what draws your eye. Bjorn, as you're looking at these humans, at least some sort of human, you're looking at them, but just something seems off. Like it all appears, but there's some like level of something just seems strange about their appearance. You can't quite put your finger on it.
Yeah. Oh man, I did not just pick detect magic, but I kind of wish that I had. But I don't. So,
Part of, yeah.
uh, could I do like an investigation roll or something to try to look a little closer and see if I can figure out what's wrong with them?
Not at the moment.
Okay,
That was your roll.
gotcha.
Bjorn. I'll give you your. I'll mark it 0 though for your 22.
Oh,
What about a medicine roll?
So the two gentlemen, Jean-Claude, and Pierre, they smile and they say, "Emissaries of Lord Cross, this is wonderful. We are emissaries of a caravan headed to Lord Crust that we aforementioned. We are known as the Lapin." He says,
Lapin?
"The Lapin? Who are the Lapin, you ask?" He says, "We are a small, hardy folk that live deep, deep, deep in the high forests. We have a small population, but we have a wonderful city known as..." Holy shit, where did I write it? Known as Lapin Burrows. It is very, very far from here. Très far.
I think Copan would say, if I may ask, what is the purpose of the trip of your caravan to Hickory Hill County? We welcome peaceful visitors, but we've been sent to ascertain your intention because we as well heard your caravan was traveling south.
Of course, we will tell you our story. 10 years ago, the Burrows was hit with a horrible plague, which I believe hit the entire realm, the entire world. Our people suffered greatly, and those of us that survived it continue to be just. We got long plague. Get that? My long COVID joke? Nothing? Too
No.
soon?
I didn't get it.
I didn't even catch it.
Too soon? Anyway, our people continued to suffer until about a year ago. And this French accent is gonna just come and go at times. That's just the way it's gonna be.
Fair. Yep. Reasonable.
Un ans ago, a traveler brought to us some of these lady berries. I'm sure you know all about these lady berries, and we hope to learn as much as we can about them from you. They said, upon us consuming these lady berries, all the maladies of the plague have cleared up in any Lapin that eats them. And what limited amounts we had, we split with our group, and some of us began experiencing almost religious visions upon consuming these. And some of us have seen what we appear to be a beautiful lady beckoning us when we consume these berries. The travelers have given us information that this apparently is somewhat of the origins of these berries, and we assume this is some of the magic of this Lady Sybil. So many of our city have decided to pilgrimage to this county of Crust and see if we can't visit the site of this lady who we assume is who we know is buried nearby. We wish to pay our respects for all that she has offered, and we also hope to gather as many of these berries as possible and send back to our people. We don't come empty-handed. We bring much, much gold, and perhaps we are unknown to you, but the Lapins are known as some of the greatest farmers in the world. And our chef agriculture, he will come and he perhaps could help with the processing of this product. And they smile after delivering this kind of soliloquy/speech and say, "What do you say, friends? Do you think Lord Crust will allow us to at least visit?"
Can we do some insight checks?
Yeah.
18 for Copan.
Anybody else insighting?
No,
Yeah.
but Gurgleberg would say God, what the hell is Murloc to Copan? He'd say, we need to find out what kind of beasts these creatures are traveling with that they're riding ahead of.
Right. Copan would agree in a low Murloc response.
But yeah. I guess
Are you still
Gurgleberg will make
being-
an insight check?
Yeah, are you still being observant as well, Bjorn? I know you're a smart little gnome.
Yeah, I will. I'll do an insight check. I was already on the. I was really suspicious of these guys, but they check out now. So
I think Copan. Go ahead, Major.
No, it's never mind. Go ahead and say what you want to, and I'll tell you what you insight.
Yeah, no, tell me the insight first. I don't know why I was going to say anything first anyway. You tell me.
From listening to their story, these gentlemen seem sincere. They seem to be almost a religious fervor and like a glint in their eye when they talk about the ladyberries. It genuinely appears that they were profoundly affected by consuming these ladyberries, and that it drastically is something that they are. They have the gleam. They have that gleam in their eye. I'd only describe it as ways that they would describe like people like searching for gold, kind of that gleam in their eye. The fever. They got the fever for the berry. That it seemed to have really done like not only the like physical healing to these people, but I think they're genuinely searching for this visions of this lady that they see when they consume this berry.
All right. So that tracks. But I'm still going to take the warning of my Murloc friend in heed, and I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say, one last thing, friends, I'm going to say, and please do not take this as an offense, but it's best to be upfront with you. We've heard strange tales in our land that perhaps your caravan is somehow different than normal humans. Are these rumors true?
I said, "Oh, we are the Lapin, and we come from a segregated part deep in the forest, so we are not exactly like all other humans. You are."
So in what way does your distinguished race differ?
He says, we sheep fuckers. I can't, you can't do that to me.
Sorry.
Oui,
minute.
j'adore les sheep. Oui.
I'm not really an angry typer. I just worked in IT for too long. It's a side effect.
Oh, I was muted. I just said a whole funny thing. Nobody heard it. Yeah, I'm a pretty loud typer too. I used to be really slow when I was typing, but then I started playing World of Warcraft and I had to get good. Like,
Yeah, you need to be able to talk shit to your teammates, like while
yeah,
in between pushing buttons while you're in the middle of a
uh-huh,
poll.
yep.
Dude,
I say,
that's what it's like.
and I tanked a lot, so it was like I'm trying to survive and keep everyone's attention while also yelling at the DPS to get the fuck out of the goddamn fire.
Right. Right. You're like, interrupt that shit while you're trying to tank. I do that all the
Yeah,
time.
I'm like, if I had the ability, I would do it myself, but I don't,
Yeah.
so I just have to tell you to do it.
No.
But yeah. Yeah, I'm curious as the whole like level 70 like I'm sure they explain it all and I'm sure it's balanced and fine, but like I remember playing like level 120, 130 or something.
Yeah, they like split levels
Yep,
basically.
I
There was a
figured.
stock split. There was a stock split there.
Yep, I mean it was getting
Back down to
ridiculous.
60. Like leveling from 1 to 70 now, I think like takes like 4 or 5 hours. Like
Really?
it's super
Wow.
fast. Yeah,
That's insane.
maybe 5 to 10 if you don't know what's up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pretty fast now. Like they've done
Good
all sorts of
Lord.
things. A couple tricks, you can level up really fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm at
I played the most from like 2008 to 2012. So like man, I remember like getting to level 50 and 60 was a grind.
Like 70 hours, 80 hours.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Getting to 60 is like in Vanilla WoW, getting to 60 was like days of playtime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fucking no
Alright.
mounts until level 40.
I'm back, baby.
Yo.
Streaming?
Oh, I think it is.
I'll be the.
It's
I'll be the
kind of
judge of that.
buffering at times, but
Oh.
it's kind of streaming. It's not like shut frame problems.
To
Yeah,
me,
might
kind
be
of fucked up.
consistent.
I'd say
forever.
it's live.
It's generally live. It just has some problems at times. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
It's probably, I think it's struggling with Fantasy Grounds running too, hosting you guys. I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess it was working earlier. Who knows? It's a problem. I don't have problems. I wasn't having any problems with streaming the football.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk to it.
Hawk to it.
Get that shit working, Major.
You know, he's hawk to it, that shit. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. We'll just power through without the stream. It's not. It's tertiary.
Let's go fuck up some hostile forest beasts.
Yeah.
So you guys start heading back the way you came. They start telling you a little bit about where they come from. Like I said, they're known as the Lapin. They describe how they're like artisan farmers that grow the finest vegetables that you've ever seen. They live about it's about 400 miles north of Hickory County, is where this city within the forest is. They say technically live in the forest. There's kind of like a clearing, and they kind of live in the inn surrounded by the forest. They question you guys constantly about any information about the county and your history. They're particularly interested in stories of the inn, and once they find out that you're the son of Pakal Kopan, they're even more enamored with you. Like they're almost too friendly in a way.
Insight check. Why are they scum?
It comes off as they just seem like almost like curious children about the place. Video game, they're just excited